Hello? Hello?
Patrick? Hello, Patrick, is that you?
Nicholas?
Patrick, I'm afraid I have rather bad news. I'm in New York. It concerns your father.
Jumping now. Hey, the cotton on cotton's high. Your dad's rich, and your mom's so good looking, babe. She's looking good now. Baby, baby, baby. No, 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 don't you cry. Don't you cry.
Patrick? Ah, that. It's you. Bonjour.
Monsieur Melrose, I'm making the table ready for this evening.
Ah, yes. Beautiful day. I sense autumn. Don't you? Je sens l'automne.
Oui, Monsieur Melrose.
Any sign of my darling wife? Has she risen like the sun to cast her golden rays on us?
Not yet, Monsieur Melrose.
And my son, I hope to spend the day with him.
He's playing, Monsieur.
Everyone seems to be hiding from me this morning. You be careful with my wife's china. It's extremely valuable.
Christ, that hurts. God.
Anne, are you up yet?
Ah. So, who are you on?
Caligula, appropriately enough.
Well, come on. Breakfast, huh?
Oh, darling, you shouldn't have.
Of what?
Made breakfast.
No, I mean, I'm ready for breakfast.
You know, it's a real turn on you reaching for the clock like that.
What time's the taxi?
You might help out here. Move around a little.
If we miss our flight.
God, what's the bloody point? Ruined beauty. Won't be long before they say, he used to be so handsome.
Oh, you still are.
Give over, love. Give over.
Ugh, don't do that, though.
Oh, Christ. There's the taxi.
Where are we going this time?
I told you, the south of France.
I just think it's a little rude. We are his guests, after all.
Well, I'm sorry. I'd no idea there'd be a test.
Well, David Melrose is always a test. It's a good idea to prepare something intelligent to say.
Well, did you know Caligula tortured his wife to find out why he was so devoted to her? What's David's excuse, I wonder?
And what's in this for you, Sir Victor? If you're so scared of him, why are we even here?
I'm not scared of him. I'm just fascinated by him, that's all. At Eton, he was an extraordinarily gifted young man, very distinguished, held in awe.
Well, when I was at college, the football heroes got to sleep with the cheerleaders. At Eton, they got to beat young boys by burning the toast.
He didn't beat me, exactly. The important thing is we're friends now, and also his guests.
I'm sure it's very American of me, but I failed to see what's so glamorous about lost promise. Distinguished for what? For doing nothing for a long time in the same place?
Please, God, don't say that.
The only one I like is the boy. At least he still has a little life in him.
Where are you off
To pick up Nicholas from the airport.
to? There are hours yet.
I wanted to drive with Anne.
Ah,
Promised.
I see. You'll leave Patrick, huh?
Of course.
You remember our discussion?
Of course.
Well, his flight lands at 2. Off you go.
Patrick, where on earth have you been? Your father's been calling for you.
Can we play now?
Not now.
But you said we could.
Darling, I'm sorry. I have to pick up Nicholas from the airport. There's absolutely nothing I can do about it.
You promised.
Au revoir. A bientôt.
Can I come with you then?
No. Your father wants you here with him.
I'll stay in the car. I won't say a word.
I know it's strange, but your father gets jealous. He thinks it's very important that you're not too dependent on me. You mustn't prefer my company to his.
I do.
Well, you mustn't let on. Be very nice to Daddy, yes? And then you can come find me before dinner. Tell me about your day. And I'll tell you about mine. And I promise, I swear you will have my full attention. Hello! Here you are! Just in time. I hope you're comfortable in the cottage. I'd put you in the house, but you know how David hates to share anything with anyone, even air. Of course, at dinner, he'll be all over you.
So, Patrick, are you going to come with us? I do hope so.
No. American girls only, I'm afraid.
Well, I'm sure we can make an exception.
Victor, aren't you terribly hot? How's the book coming?
Oh, identity. It's a big subject.
Does Freud come into it?
No, I'm not approaching it from a psychoanalytical point of view.
Perhaps I should drive.
No. No one else drives this car. It's the one thing that's still mine alone.
But it is rather a long way.
Not the way I drive.
Well, young man, what have you been up to?
Hello, Mr. Masterman. Are they all gone? Good. We'll have our special day. You recognize this?
You wrote it for me.
When I left Eton, my father asked me, what do you want to do with your life? I didn't dare tell him I wanted to compose music. I don't know, sir, I said. What did he say?
Better join the army.
What will you do with your life? I wonder.
I don't know, sir.
Shall I pick you up by the ears?
No.
Come here. Ready? Now, let go.
No.
Let go and I'll drop you.
No.
Trust me. On 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You've learned a very useful lesson today. Think for yourself. Never let other people make important decisions for you. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes! Yes! You lied to me! You hurt me!
Don't whimper. It's very unattractive. Patrick!
Stairs, Patrick.
So who are these Melroses?
David doesn't have a penny. His terrible father cut him off, left him nothing but a pair of old pyjamas.
What for?
Well, for daring to defy him, becoming a doctor. Before that, he wanted to be a composer. Could have, too. Eleanor, on the other hand, comes from one of the richest families in America. All new money, of course, from the patent on a dry cleaning fluid, but completely loaded. The house was the first thing he persuaded her to buy. First summer there, we were all sitting on the terrace, and she complained about the dreadful waste of figs that fell from the tree onto the ground and rotted there, while there were people starving in the world. And David did this amazing thing. He told Eleanor to get down on all fours and eat every fig off the ground.
In front of you?
Yes. She didn't protest, though. She just ate every single one.
Kinky.
Now that's a meaningful life. It's like a red Indian or something. Getting up with the sun, living off the land, connected to the earth. And if you want a chicken, you have to go out and strangle it yourself.
Sounds idyllic.
This is so frustrating. I wanted to stop for lunch.
So is Patrick looking forward to going back to school?
Why do people think they'll please me by asking about Patrick? I don't know how he is. Only he knows.
I'm sorry, I thought
Look,
maybe...
you'll see him tonight. He'll be lurking. Gone tonight. I need a drink.
After the war, the Nazis killed every man in the village except Marcel.
Which is lucky for us because the food is wonderful.
Isn't this fun? American girls.
Hey. Hey, wake up.
I'm awake. You know what I need? Cognac.
That's not a good idea.
Of course it is. It's exactly what we need after all this heavy food. For my headache. Marcel, du cognac!
May I speak frankly?
I do hate it when people say that.
Do you think perhaps you're drinking a little too much?
Too much for what?
Too much for lunch? For your own good? For Patrick's? Obviously, it's never possible to know exactly what goes on in a family.
No, it's not. Especially when you are neither married nor have children yourself. Merci, Marcel. Extraordinary remark. Well, seeing as you're so concerned about my welfare, you can drive. Hello. Oh, Stu was awfully rich. I feel better now.
Good.
Oh, here it is. Look at Corral. We have to go. It'll be like going home.
But do we have time?
Of course. Please, 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 please.
Sure.
Isn't it terrific? Look! A Ferris wheel!
Oh, there's your Cadillac. You know, I'm so glad we did this. Girls' day out.
I'd like you to understand something. He wasn't always like he is now.
David?
When I first met him, he played so brilliantly. He was so intelligent and beautiful. So different from all the other English snobs. We were going to do wonderful things together. Useful things. Of course he was. A difficult man. Even then. But I thought I could turn to him. And the idea of turning to him now, of being alone in the same room with him. Why have we stopped?
I'm sure it's only for a moment.
I'm gonna be late for Nicholas now.
Oh, just a few minutes.
And he'll tell David.
I'm sure he won't mind. A few minutes.
So high.
There's nothing to worry about.
Why have we stopped? You mustn't tell David about any of this.
Eleanor.
I beg you.
Eleanor, are you afraid of him? You seem afraid.
Let's get off this fucking
Eleanor,
thing.
you have to stay still.
Hello? Hello down there? We want to get off!
Eleanor.
Let us off!
Eleanor.
Hello?
Bridge, is that you?
Barry, thank God.
Oh, I was literally just thinking about you this morning. That is synchronicity, is
This
it?
fabric's amazing. God, I'm stoned. What are you doing here?
There's a jazz festival in Arles. We're all going. It's going to be amazing. You should come. Oh, you should come. Come.
I can't. I'm staying with these Melrose people. Let me give you the number.
Nicholas! I'm so sorry we got caught on a Ferris wheel and they wouldn't let us off.
Very like you, Eleanor, to get more fun than you wanted. Oh, will you excuse me just a minute? What the hell are you playing at? I've been carrying these fucking suitcases around looking for you.
Let's get a trolley, man. I'm Barry.
Don't you ever do this again, you stupid...
Nicholas?
And this is Bridget Watson-Scott, Eleanor Melrose.
And who's this?
He's no one. Shall we?
Allez.
I don't want any lunch.
Tu as faim?
I don't want to be with my father.
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé?
I want my mother. I want my mother.
Désolée. Pas possible. Mais viens, mon petit bonhomme.
Où est-elle?
Oh, mon petit bonhomme. Oh là là.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare ever do that again!
What have I done?
Come up to my room, now!
What have I done wrong?
Come over here.
But what have I done wrong?
You know perfectly well. Closer. Do you know who King Shaka was? King Shaka was a great and mighty Zulu warrior who made his troops stamp thorn bushes into the ground and march for days across hot, jagged rocks. The soles of their feet were slashed and burnt, and though there was resentment and pain at the time, the calluses this created meant that eventually nothing would harm them. They would feel no pain. And what had felt like cruelty at the time was actually a gift. It was actually love. I don't expect you to thank me now, but I hope perhaps when you're older you'll be grateful for the skill of detachment that I've instilled. Go and close the door. Do I have to close it myself? Very well. Take your trousers down.
Est-ce que Patrick vient déjeuner?
Non, il n'a pas faim. Merci.
Eight o'clock. Please don't be late. And let's forget about our little conversation this afternoon, yes?
Well, of course. I'd almost forgotten how wonderful it is here.
I completely forgotten, and I live here.
I don't know, what a sad thing to say. Tell me it isn't true.
Okay. It isn't true.
It's beautiful. I want one.
That's what David said. And so I bought it for him. We were going to do marvelous things. We were going to turn it into a home for alcoholics. Which, in a sense, we have. Don't worry about your bags. Yvette will fetch them.
I wonder where David is.
Perhaps he's drowned in the bath.
I'll find Yvette.
She's really high.
Do you think you might possibly buck up and make a little light conversation, something other than how vivid the colours are?
Is this it?
What?
The fig tree, is it the same one?
Bridget, no. Get up. I said get up. What if David sees? I said get up. Oh, God. Bridget. Oh.
Why are you all so scared of him? What do you think he's going to do to you, Nicholas?
I thought I heard someone.
Ah, David. How very nice to see you. This is Bridget Watson-Scott.
Hello, my dear.
You have the most wonderful spot here.
Yes. This thing, with a single machine gun mounted here, you could dominate the whole valley. Stay there, I'll come down. We'll have tea beneath the fig tree. Tell me, are you going to more weddings or memorial services?
Oh, I still go to weddings, but I enjoy the memorials more.
Because you don't have to bring presents. One should only go to an enemy's memorial service. There's the pleasure of outliving them, but also the opportunity for a truce. Forgiveness is so important, don't you think, Bridget?
Gosh, yes. Especially getting other people to forgive you.
But why would I need anyone's forgiveness?
Oh, how can you all sit out here? It's so bright.
Careful not to squash the figs. Weird, isn't it? The way their skin's purple and white at the same time.
Like a drunk with emphysema.
This one is perfect. Goodness, look, there's a strange little boy.
That's our son, Patrick.
You have kids? Wow.
Patrick, darling, come on up. We're having tea.
Patrick! Come and join us.
Perhaps he can't hear you.
Of course he can. He's just being tiresome.
Perhaps you could show me to my room, so I can bath and unpack.
Oh, of course. Come, follow me.
Only the best. I'll go without.
Always. Provided we don't have to go without.
She's very vivacious.
Bridget? She'll do for now.
Don't apologize. She's charming.
Sometimes I think I should be done with it and settle down with a well-bred, well-educated, well-informed woman whose conversation I can bear. And then I remember I've divorced 2 of them already.
Patrick! Where are you going?
Mummy wanted to see me.
Well, Mummy's tired after her drive. Come say hello to your godfather.
Hello, Patrick. Up to mischief, are you?
Almost certainly.
That's what I like to hear.
Come closer. Is everything all right?
Yes, Father.
Now, I know you didn't eat lunch. Did you have tea?
No.
Well, that's why you're so pale. Well, you must eat if you want to grow up strong. Go and see Yvette. She'll find you something. And leave Mummy be today. All right? Dinner at 8.
Don't be late.
Yes, of the stars of tonight. I don't know if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I only have eyes.
The hell were you
I
playing
don't know
at?
what you're talking
that
about.
business with the figs.
Oh, I thought it would turn you on. It did the first time. You were practically dribbling.
As to your conversation, oh, what a
Oh, fuck
perfect
off.
life you have here. What
Fuck
a
off,
wonderful
Nicholas.
view.
You're on a lope with Barry.
Yeah, why did you give that yob their phone number?
He asked.
For you, I don't know if we're in a garden or on the garden avenue.
I don't know if we're in a garden. Patrick, don't skulk. Either enter a room or leave. Oh, sorry, darling. You startled me, that's all. Only have eyes for you. All right, I have to finish my writing.
What are you writing?
A check for charity to save the children. Because it's important when one has so much to give something back. You'll remember that, won't you? When Daddy and I are no longer with you. I have something for you, too. Luque Corral. Don't give me that look. I had to make sure it was suitable. Handsome boy. Now, you tell me all about your day. Did you have fun with Daddy? Did you have a walk? Patrick? What is it, love? What is it?
Should I take your glass down? Bring you another?
Such a thoughtful boy. I'm so glad you turned out well. I think the secret is not to interfere.
speak to him at dinner. I'm sure we can make him agree.
Of course, Victor, the great question is, what will he be wearing? The fisherman's sweater, perhaps, or something in corduroy and blue, with food stains on the cap, or linen. Yes, just make
I'll see you downstairs shortly.
Si tu continues comme ça, hein?
Merci, Yvette. I'll take over now. Hello, love. Oh, sweetheart. Ouch! Mommy sat on some glass. Silly mommy. Serves me right, no doubt. What happened? Tell me.
It was an accident. Don't tell Father.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. You know what I'm going to do instead? Tomorrow morning, I'm going to take you to the OK Corral. No excuses, first thing. Just you and me. Would you like that?
I want to go away.
What do you mean?
Leave here.
I have to get back, love. I'll come back and tuck you in, I promise.
Looks like you bought it from a stall at Kensington Market.
I did like the stall at Kensington Market. Oh, hello again. Strange little boy.
You look like a medieval witch.
And you look like an old fart. A stuffy, conventional old fart.
There's a telephone call for you.
Wow. Barry? Oh, thank God. Don't think I've ever wanted to speak to someone so much in my life.
Don't ask people what they do for a living. And don't ask the staff how they feel. And don't provoke David.
Fine, but will you do one thing for me tonight?
Of course.
Don't suck up to them. Don't let them bully you. Don't try to fit in.
Well, isn't that three things?
They're all connected. You're as good as these people. In fact, you're better. You have warm blood.
What an extraordinary chair.
Used to belong to some doge. Really should be in a museum. Of course, it's David's favorite. He likes to rest his cigars on the arm.
Oh.
Well, I don't think he'll sit in it if you're in it already.
I wouldn't be so sure. He does like to get his own way.
Hello.
For God's sake, Victor, that suit. Couldn't you have got Anne to iron that for you?
Well,
has it begun already? We're barely through the door.
Let's have a pleasant evening, shall we?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's drink too. Let's drink.
Nothing a Dawn likes more than bashing another man's discipline.
Hardly call psychoanalysis a discipline.
But it helps people.
Yes, there's the therapeutic promise. Here he is. The real doctor.
Victor, Anne, pleasure to see you. Eleanor, I do like you in pink. It matches your eyes. Is that vodka I see?
Please don't take this the wrong way, but I find it hard to imagine you as a doctor.
So did I, my dear. And I must confess to stumbling a little over the Hippocratic Oath. Fortunately, my wife's money removed the necessity of my leading a useful life. Her great gift. I appreciate your escorting my wife to the airport.
It was pure pleasure. As was this.
So much pleasure in one day.
My cup runneth over.
I've had a very special day, too. Must be magic in the air.
Hey, Dave. I love those kinky yellow slippers.
You really like them? I'm so pleased. Vodka, my dear?
Do you have a Coke? Alcohol's such a crude high.
Let's have dinner.
Victor, you sit there. No. No. Anne, you sit next. No, that's not right.
Thank God we're only 6. While we wait for Eleanor to solve the problem, Anne, tell me, what did you think of the Emperor Gelber?
Oh, terrific. A terrific character.
Anne was particularly taken with Caligula.
Victor attempted to make me feel sorry for him.
Bridget, you sit here with me.
But Tiberius killed his whole family.
It's only natural that those who are terrified become terrifying, given the opportunity.
Is that how it worked at Eton?
Anne takes a rather satirical attitude to the English public school system.
Does she now?
And as to his obsession with screwing his sisters.
Oh, well, you know what they say. Vice is nice, but incest is best. No, I'm sure I'd have liked the chap. He did exactly what he wanted to do, with no nonsense about ethics.
Why do you think it's superior to be amoral?
It's not a question of being superior. It's a question of not being a bore or a prig.
What one aims for is ennui. Eleanor, what a marvelous memory you have to be able to duplicate the dinner we had last time. She has that expression she puts on when she's thinking of her dear, rich, dead mother. I'm right, aren't I, darling?
Yes, David.
Once Eleanor's dear father had been dismissed for being too drunk, Eleanor's mother decided to purchase a human antique. A real old aristocrat, on the grounds that if you're going to buy a husband, he might as well be a duke. And so, the Duc de Valençay was reupholstered with thick wads of dollars. But you just can't treat human beings like things.
Definitely.
You agree with me?
Definitely.
Maybe the human antique wanted to be bought.
Oh, I've no doubt of that. I'm sure he was licking the window pane. What so shocked Eleanor's mother was that he dared to rear up on his Louis XV legs and start giving orders.
You see, I feel that so strongly, that the problem with the world is people treating other people like things.
I so agree. And something else we have in common. Things should be treated with great care.
Excuse me. What one aims for is ennui. Hello, Patrick.
I broke a glass. Don't tell my father.
You look so grim. What's up? Can't you get to sleep? Does it hurt? Let me see if it's... No, I only want to...
I'm fine.
You're shaking. You want to tell me? What is it? Patrick.
I gather that Gerald Frogmore shot more birds last year than anyone in England. Not bad for a chap in a wheelchair.
Well, perhaps he resents their freedom of movement.
What about your mother? Do you want to tell your mother? Okay, I'll be right back. I promise.
I don't believe you. You say you will, but you won't.
Patrick, I will.
Everyone enjoyed themselves.
Even the man who was being hanged.
Fun for all the family.
I found Patrick on the stairs. He wants to talk
what
to
I
you.
aim for. Darling. Eleanor?
Yes.
I thought we'd agreed that you wouldn't rush to Patrick each time he whines and blubbers.
He fell earlier, so he may be hurt.
In that case, he may need a doctor.
He's not hurt. He just wants to talk to his mother.
You see, darling, he isn't hurt. And so it's just a question of sentiment. Does one allow oneself to be blackmailed or not? If you sit, we can discuss it. The proposition I'd like to make is that education should be something of which a child can later say, if I survived that, I can survive anything.
Well, that's crazy and wrong, and you know it.
Well, I certainly think a child should be challenged.
Oh, for goodness sakes, Victor.
Well, nobody wants anyone to be miserable. We're just saying.
Because, God forbid, you should ever contradict him.
It doesn't do a child any good to be mollycoddled. I know it's an unfashionable point of view, but in my opinion, nothing that happens to you as a child really matters.
When it comes to things that don't matter, you're top of my list. Saying silly things to sound less pompous and
ferocious
pompous things to sound less silly.
The young
it's pathetic.
American lefty.
Well, nothing that happened in your childhood did matter, Nicholas. You just did exactly what everyone expected.
Well, I refuse to apologise for an uneventful childhood or to relish the suffering over the happiness. Big lawns, buckets and spades, throwing coins into the golden pool at the Ritz.
Would you like a fig? They're at their best this time of year. Go on, I know how much you like them.
I'll need a knife.
I'm sorry. I've really tried here, but I can't do this anymore. You are a pompous, silly little sycophant. And the only thing in your favor is that you frighten him. That aside, you're a failure. And it's your son I feel sorry for. And if I had my way, then... Victor, stay with your friends by all means, but if you do that, I never want to see you again.
I'm coming with you.
Must you leave so soon?
Yes, Eleanor, I have to be up early to make some progress on my book.
Eleanor, Patrick is in the hallway. He is sad and he's lonely and scared, and I promised I'd bring you with me. Will you come and find out what's happened? Eleanor, please.
Eleanor?
For someone so conventional, Victor does love an unconventional girlfriend.
Almost nothing is as entertaining as the contortions of a clever Jewish snob.
Very broad-minded of you to have one in the house at all.
Oh, do fuck off, the pair of you.
Thank you.
You were right. In the end, one must oppose cruelty, even if I refuse to take part.
Why are we whispering?
I've no idea.
Oh, one moment. Patrick? Patrick! It's only me. He must have gone to bed.
Barry, you're saving my life.
Desperate to get her into country life. Mummy is keen on roses. Daddy loves the Gigi's. I took them up to Covent Garden to see the Nazi Figaro, and when the conductor came on the podium, Rodney Watson Scott said, "Look, they're under starter's orders."
See? It's not as easy as you think.
Can't sleep. No, me neither. Must be all the excitement. All these people. Here. Is that better? I'll leave you now. But know one thing. If you ever tell your mother or anyone else about today, I will snap you in two.
Pull yourself together. Find something to wear. And remember, it's a party. You're not meant to enjoy it.
Patrick Melrose, I kept hearing you died.
Only once or twice.
Oh, Christ, I need a drink.
Champagne, gentlemen.
No, thank you.
I told you there's something I've never said out loud and never would.
Go ahead.